Right, this video covers using the tracker screen in TruckCom, and just so that there's something to look at and to show you inside TruckCom, I've used an existing customer with quite a large number of vehicles active in the system. So you can see here in the tracker tab on this system we have 426 items available. That's for drivers that have reported today. Now there are a few options on that drop down. I could select recent position reports, so 360 of those drivers have reported recently. I'll stick with drivers that are reported today. I'll then run a search here. Now all of TruckCom's search, all of TruckCom's list views have this search facility in them, or pretty much all of them. And so I can search for a particular area code that has a meaning in this system. So G2 is a particular group of drivers in this system, and you can see now that it shows a total of 29 drivers who have G2 as part of their name or their group name, and you can see how they're spread around the country, whereabouts they are at the moment and what they're doing. So if I pick a particular driver on this list, if I pick Charles Leggett, we can see that he's travelling down the A14, and we can see if we hover over that icon there, his current work is he's travelling from Felixstowe, it looks like, to Bromborough. Now let's imagine I was interested in finding out a bit more about exactly what he's doing. I can right click on that driver. Now a lot of things in TruckCom work on right click options, so once you've found the item you're interested in, you right click on it and you get several options for what you can do. Now in this case, one of the options is show current work. So if I click on that show current work option, it shows us a map and it shows us where that driver is. It shows us where he started from and where he's going. So he started from the Felixstowe beginning of this leg, and he's headed up towards Bromborough, right up in the northwest. And you can see on the right hand side that if we hover over this icon here, he's done the visit to Felixstowe, he's en route to Bromborough. Now we can close out of that, and we can then see, we can pick a few more drivers here. There's a driver here who shows us being on arrest, and he's inside the London low emission zone. So you can see that TruckCom shows these zones on the map. You can easily set it up so that you can see exactly where particular zones are. There are other zones set up in this system. For instance, there's a zone set up around the Trinity Terminal area in Felixstowe. There's another zone set up around a yard near the A14, and it's possible to get warnings that will tell you which drivers are within each of these zones. In fact, if I just click on this warning zone, we can see that there are lots of these warnings here. It's telling you Andy Hutchinson, for instance, is within 5 miles of the A14 Logistics Centre. Alan Swales is within 10 miles of the Trinity Terminal area. So going back to the tracker screen, the final thing I'll show you just on this screen is it's possible to see the history of what each driver has been doing. If I just show tracker history, you'll see it's loading down here on the right, and then we can see what the driver has actually done today, and you can see we get a trail of what he's done, where he's been today, and we can zoom in on the trail and we can see that in fact that was a particular location where he was on his way from Felixstowe to Northolt, travelling to Northolt, on this occasion on a road called the A505. So you can see a lot of information about exactly what drivers have done, where they've been, and how long they've been doing what they're doing. Coming back here, I can just clear this tracker view, and we're back to the standard tracker tab in TruckCom.